Let's start with your reading, Gemini. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future. And then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Okay. All right. The main energy for the reading today is the Nine of Wands. You are definitely going through a lot here, Gemini, experiencing some very deep transformation given by an outcome that you were not expecting at all. I see you here keeping busy, trying to react, trying to fight, but I also see this person within you who is starting to feel very tired and who just wants to lay down the sword, stop fighting, and have something happening effortlessly for once, without the struggle, without all the pain that instead this situation has brought to you, and perhaps even other situations before this. You're trying to break this cycle, and we'll see in this reading if we can find out what this is about and also how to break it and where it's going to take you next. In the recent past, we have the Sun and the Devil reversed. There was a very unhealthy dynamic here. Something that made you very happy at first. I mean, it's clear that the situation at some point in time really gave you everything that you were looking for, but that eventually you realized it wasn't really what you thought it was. And something right here that you tried to walk away from, but for one reason or another, you would always go back to it. This back and forth did not allow the healing process to happen. It's like when you keep picking on a scab, it doesn't even have the time to heal. And right here, you kept going back to something to the point of exhaustion with the Nine of Wands. It could have been physically or just even mentally, emotionally. Also, there is something else happening here that you might have not known about, but that this devil energy is actually keeping secret from you. We'll come back to this and see what else you should know about this past situation. Now, in the present, the Empress and the Eight of Pentacles. I mean, here you go again, Gemini. Still working yourself to the bone, trying to not let this stop you in any way. You never really give yourself a break, do you? There is something right here that you're trying to focus on, keeping busy, so that you are not seeing this as a setback. There is also an inner energy at work here. You manifesting something unknowingly. You're about to do something or say something that will actually kickstart a domino effect of events, and will take you to a specific outcome in the future. It feels like you are at work and the universe is at work for you too. You made a wish and the universe is about to respond. What's that about? We'll have to find out. We'll come back to this. In the near future, we have the Three of Wands and the Ace of Cups. The main message that we see here is a big fat love offer coming your way, which in a way is giving you that missing step from the Nine of Wands so that you can finally complete this cycle and start all over, hopefully this time without struggle and surrounded by a lot of love since we have the Ace of Cups. But I definitely see you rejecting it at first. Not sure what to do, not sure how to go about this. With the Empress, you might have just regained your independency. You're finally in control of yourself again, breaking free from the devil energy, and you do not want to give that up. There's definitely going to be an internal battle for you, but is this worth taking a risk for? It feels like this is meant to happen right now, at this moment in time, not back then. And the fact that you're pushing it away, from what I see so far, at least, it's almost like winning the lottery and deciding to not go in and cash your prize because it didn't happen when you were expecting it to happen. Right here, you're receiving exactly what you wanted, but you are rejecting it because it didn't come at the right time. But didn't it? We'll have to find out. So let's start clarifying and let's begin with your recent past. The unknown, Five of Cups, and Death with the Commander. You know, what I see right here is that you are your own blessing and your own curse, Gemini. When you believe in something, you really give 100%. You give 1,000% of yourself. But at some point, you started seeing through the illusion. There was a lot of unknown in this situation. But in the moment that you realize that maybe there was some deception and self-deception as well, you started wondering to yourself, why do I put myself through these type of situations? Why do I do this to myself? Should this be so complicated? I deserve much better. I am way more than what this situation makes me feel I am. This pain, this failure does not define me. I see that you usually never want to give up, always want to succeed, always want to fight for things, to see things through and be successful. But at this point, that need to be successful started not matter anymore. We see death coming up here. And with death, we really have something right here that ends and that leaves a lesson to learn behind. Staying true to yourself is better than succeeding. Right here, you felt the need to reconnect with yourself and you looked in the mirror and felt like a stranger to yourself, wanting to go back to who you really are with that Empress energy. A very important transformation here. Let's see where it's taking you today. Let's clarify the current energies. Ooh, the Vessel, Nine of Wands, and the Bridge. You know, what I see here is that someone is actually coming in. Someone is coming in with these two cards, the Vessel and the Bridge, and they're actually wearing their heart on their sleeve, and it will throw you off. You have been trying so hard right now, actually, to stay away from the emotional side of all of this. And we see, in fact, this Nine of Wands coming up again. Don't forget, this is your main energy. And you are really not wanting to give in to this type of situations anymore. And this person will put you in a position where you cannot ignore them. You cannot pretend that this is not happening. This is overall something that is forcing you to look into something that you have been trying to avoid. What you don't know is that this event will actually bring major healing. You easily go from phases in your life where you're fully open to phases where you shut down and do not want to do emotions anymore, right? So much so that you forget that healing is possible only by being emotionally open. Don't let this sentiment become sediment. Take this opportunity coming up and talk it out. Doesn't matter what happened next. You know, I see tears. I see emotional satisfaction as well for some reason. Something very important that at first you will reject, but that has great potential to bring you that healing that you absolutely need right now. Now, let's see what's coming up in the future and let's clarify the near future energy. Five of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups once again. The Orbs with the Seven of Cups. Two of Cups. I mean, there's a lot of love here. Definitely a lot of love coming towards you from someone who you did care about in the past. Issue is, after all you've gone through, how can you find it in you to open up again, to say yes to something that could set you back once again? that could take you away from your own element once again. We see that this Ace of Cups coming in, this offer, it's immediately perceived as a loss for you. Something that will definitely put you in a awful position. Right here, I see you learning how to walk away. And when you learn that, it's hard to just learn how to walk back with an open heart. But one thing that I see here is that it's also important to unlearn. There are tools that we develop throughout the years, things we do or things we think that help us overcoming obstacles and issues, right? But there are moments in which we need to let go of those tools because instead of helping us and protecting us, they might have just become this very heavy baggage that we carry around everywhere we go. It's almost as if you have packed all of your clothes and then you decide to bring those heavy bags everywhere you go, to the grocery store, to the coffee shop. Do you really need all of that all the time? Is that really helping you in your current environment and in your current situation? So this is clearly something that it's telling you, Gemini, with what's coming next, you should take a chance. Right here, you will be indecisive and you won't know where to go because of where you're coming from. But overall, we see two people, Two of Cups, 10 of Cups, two people who want to do this, two people who, no matter what happens, still care about each other very, very much. But there is much more that we need to look into in order to understand what the real potential of this is in the future. So let's do that. Let's keep going with your reading and let's see what exactly is coming your way. I would like to flip the reading as well and read into this person's energy. Whatever or whomever is coming your way, what are their intentions, the real one, their real feelings? Why are they coming in now? And then we'll see the potential of the situation in the future. Let's see how the situation is bound to evolve and also what else you should expect in the next few months, Gemini. If you want to dive deeper into the messages with me, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Gemini. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events is the Five of Wands. And we see how at first the situation is still going to bring some struggle and some conflict. But what I see here is a different type of conflict, Gemini. This is an internal battle. You have no external obstacles anymore. Things are happening as they're supposed to. And you're not used to that. Let's not forget that you come from the Nine of Wands main energy. You always expect something to get in the way. You always expect for something to set you back. And when it doesn't happen, you subconsciously try to recreate that type of conflict because that's what you're used to. That's what you're familiar with. Even if you're doing so subconsciously, don't feel guilty about it. You're also finding it hard to trust this right now. This is really everything that you wished for at some point. And you find yourself stuck in between, in a conflict actually, between the heart and the mind. Also, one thing that I see here is definitely a lot of communication, but I have to admit, this is poor communication. It's poor communication because of the emotional intensity of the situation currently. So let's look into this communication then. Before flipping the reading and see what the other person is about, let me see this Five of Wands. Let me clarify this Five of Wands. Let's try to understand what this communication will be about. Oh my God, the Lovers right there with the Hangman and the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I mean, it's clear that this connection is as strong as it was at the beginning, if not more. But this time, maybe for the first time, there is a level of clarity that it's really changing things around for the both of you. But there is one issue here with the Hangman, and we'll look into it in a second. First of all, we see this love.